Would you believe me if I told you I was very fucking miffed trying to record this? Because I am. Hey guys, it's Cutie Pills here, and Jesus Christ, this has been hell trying to record something so fucking simple. Essentially, today I'm going to be messing with an online program called Inferkit, also known as Talk to Transformer. If you don't know what Talk to Transformer or Inferkit is, essentially you type in something in the prompt, and then once you hit this generate text button, it will then generate whatever it thinks happens next in the story based on what type of prompt you gave it. So I had the bright fucking idea to be like, what if I try to write some fanfiction with this? So that's exactly what we're going to do here today. I'm going to write a small little paragraph to see where this gets me. We're gonna do a few of them, and let's hope this gets us somewhere funky. We'll first start off with light bulb and paintbrush. Classic ship, everybody knows it. Let's get writing and see exactly where this takes me. Also, you're gonna have to excuse my writing. For some reason, I can't type. For some reason, my fingers hate me. So, excuse that. Alright, I think that should be a good enough passage. Not the best, but I hope Inferkit could take something with this and do it justice. So, now we just hit generate text and let Inferkit do its magic. Oh, this is already fucking crazy. Lightbulb peered into the art room. She noticed Paintbrush sketching out a live drawing. Lightbulb intended to come over and watch Paintbrush draw alone. However, she didn't sign up for their art classes. She was afraid that her art skills couldn't match up to Paintbrush's. She preferred to admire them from afar. Lightbulb pulled her scythe off her back and picked it up. Just as you do, just pick up your fucking scythe. Gonna murk a bitch, She wondered what she could draw, but she doubted she could even paint anything. The only thing she could draw were either a lot of random shapes or circles, or just lots and lots of bright colors. Lightbulb sat down in the only chair in the art room, looking over the pad she had drawn before. The only thing she had done with it was a small, shaky, plain circle. I wonder what I could do with it. Lightbulb tilted her head slowly to the side, tapped her fingers on her scythe. I swear, this is probably like a fucking art tool that I don't know of. I'm literally just thinking of the weapon, and she's literally just drawing with a fucking scythe. Like, she's like a straight up, Jesus Christ. The sound of paint hitting the canvas was loud in the studio. Lightbulb could feel her arms tense up a bit. It could take a while. As Lightbulb started leaning back against the chair, she let her head rest on the back of the chair. The story is getting fucking boring, so we're gonna leave it there. Up next, Page A. OJ and paper. Page A is personally one of my favorites, along with Lightbrush. So let's see if I can do some magic with this. I'm sort of thinking I could start off where one of the comics left off. Paper was at the complaint desk, so that's where I'm thinking kind of lead this into. All right, stretch out them fingers. Let's go. All right, we did a little something here. All right, Inferkit, do your magic. Paper sat at the hotel's complaint desk, forcing a smile. He'd been listening to Salt ramble about OJ and how he wouldn't go on a date with her. Paper had kept his feelings for OJ a secret for a while now, but hearing Salt talk like she was his world pissed Paper off. Why won't OJ go on a date with me? I can't do a Salt voice. That's the best you're gonna get. You're his friend, right? Tell him to stop ignoring me. Salt whined. Paper's eyes twitched. Sure thing, Salt. Paper squeaked out, lying through his teeth. He wasn't gonna let Salt ruin his chances with OJ. Not that she had a chance to begin with. His feelings for OJ had come on suddenly, and he knew that once he told OJ how he felt, he'd lose the man he loved. He'd tell him how he was crazy in love with him, and then OJ would kick him. I'm just imagining OJ just drop kicking the shit out of Paper. He just literally just fucking rocks his shit. Why is that so funny? And then OJ would kick him to the curb, like he did all the other guys he liked. Damn, OJ, you a player. He felt horrible. Do you like him? Is he worth it? Tell me now, Salt. I'll tell him, Paper yelled, sitting up in his chair. He's a good guy, Paper. I like him. Salt took a deep breath. But are you really worth it? Salt asked. Paper looked down. He's an idiot who doesn't deserve me. I've done nothing for him, but it's okay. I'll do something for him. He's the only one who will see me as a woman. Salt frowned. But he's an idiot. I can't stay with him, she said. Paper felt a wave of sympathy for his crush. Is that all it is? Do you not like him for who he is? He asked, almost aghast. Of course I do, Salt exclaimed, sitting upright. She picked up the paper and clutched it to her chest. I do. I love him. I think that's a great way to end this one. Alright, let's see. No. Let's jump to the end. Let's do Test Tube and Cabbie, because why the fuck not? I feel like Cabbie would be the one to catch feelings first, but she would be, like, the last one to want to admit it. So I feel like I can do something with that. Let's see. Alright, we did my little dancey dance. Cabbie looked on as the Pinkers huddled around Test Tube. Bo and Goo were together as usual, and Clover took her few steps back as to not interfere. Cabbie pulled out her file on Test Tube and looked over it. She sighed before rolling over and putting her file back inside herself. Test Tube, may I have a word with you? Cabbie snarked. Goo and Bo looked at each other, a gentle escaping from them. Cabbie took Test Tube near the island shore and looked at her dead on. Cabbie flustered a bit, not sure how to say how she truly felt. Cabbie, your temperature feels like it's rising beyond fever levels, Test Tube worried. Testing indicates that Test Tube was injured at some point, perhaps in a fight. What? The two locked eyes, and he to find out what happened and how it happened without losing this chance to keep this key. I have to contact people about this. If anything, they could be killed if anything happens to them, Cabbie said to Test Tube. Cabbie, I have to see if this key works, Test Tube continued. Test Tube had a scared look on her face. Listen, Cabbie, please. All I have ever wanted to do was help people. Maybe I could help this person. Test Tube pleaded. Cabbie let out a sigh. This was all for naught. It's like Inanimate Insanity, like post-apocalypse. Like, let's do Silver Candle. Silver Spoon and Candle? That seems like a neataroo idea. Okay, don't mind me for typing these long-ass things. I think I'm really starting to get into, like, I'm, like, putting myself in the fanfic mood. And I'm, like, writing out actual fanfic stories. Silver Spoon looked down at Candle. She seemed to be meditating like she normally does. Silver Spoon adjusted his posture, making himself look regal. Yes, he took Candle's hand in his. Come, my dear, I have something to show you. I can't do Silver Spoon's voice either. Silver Spoon muttered, trying to hide his blush. Candle opened one of her eyes and smiled up at him. Sure, let us go, she chimed as she got up. Their hands locked. Silver Spoon led her behind a bush to the picnic table. Roses scattered around with fancy cloth draped over. I'd like us to have dinner together, Silver Spoon stuttered. Sorry, I just had to get your opinion about the cake. Sorry, fuck the dinner. Look at this cake, Candle. I need to know your thoughts on it. What? Silver Spoon apologized. It's fine, honestly. I'm your best friend, after all. Candle reassured him. Yeah, Silver Spoon nervously ruffled his bangs. I'm just gonna say he nervously scratched the back of his neck. Silver Spoon nervously scratched the back of his neck. So, Silver Spoon started, you'd like to be your maid? Wait, what? And I'd like to become your butler, Silver Spoon. added, unsure of how to finish the sentence. Wait. So I think it took the regal part and is now, like, thinking we're in a fucking castle somewhere. The candle's smile faded as she took a moment to think of a response. Silence filled the air. Finally, she smiled again and shook her head. Well, it's too late. You're already my butler, Candle stated. Silver Spoon looked down his feet and then towards the ground. I'm sorry. Don't be, Candle encouraged. It's just, I really wanted to become a baker. It's been my dream, darling, to bake goods. Oh, that's okay. I can accept that. I love cake. I would have hated to see you giving up on something you love for anything else, or worse, not to receive anything in return, Candle stated. Too bad you don't have hair flowers. Where did this go? Where did this go? Where is this going? Where was that going? That went all over the fucking place. All right, as you can see in the corner, we're sort of running low on characters here. So let's see if we can squeeze about 2 more in. Let's do Taco Phone. Taco Phone is one that I'm really big on. I'm a huge Taco Phone fan. Let's see what I can whip up here. Let's see what I can whip a lip up here. I went off on this one, okay? We went off. We did. I cook a little something here and there. Taco had made her way back to the foggy woods, tears welling up in her eyes. I thought I had gained a friend. Turns out, I gained nothing. Those words echoed in her mind over and over, only frustrating her more. What have I done? Taco, wait, no, I gotta do that. This is Taco, I gotta do it in a British accent. What have I done? I didn't even try. Taco muttered to herself. She'd been stubborn and refused Microphone's help. Now she had lost the one girl who she had trusted, and who had trusted her. The one girl who she had fallen in love with. Taco wanted nothing more than to be picked up and right on top of Microphone's head like before, whilst they chat away. But that was all gone now, and it was her fault that her love had now hated her. She was on her knees, crying, feeling awful for the pain she had caused Microphone's friend. What? Are we talking about Pickle now? I don't know. Are they really friends? I don't know. She thought back to the day in the forest when they had first met. That is actually stalkingly. That is very accurate, Inferkit. Do you know about Inanimate Insanity? Microphone had been running for her life, trying to find help. Somehow she came across Taco, who'd been deep in thought, lost in her own world of dreams. In thought, she had looked up and had been captivated by Microphone's face. It had seemed so gentle, so kind. She smiled and ran up to Microphone, glad that she had found someone else that was to like her. Microphone had noticed her, but not before, giving her a slight wink. From then on, they had been like best friends, always helping each other out. One another. They were inseparable. Alright. That's gotta be the end of this story because we only have 889 characters left. Alright. Let's use all 889 characters on this one last ship. We're gonna do one more. You know what? Let's do Knife Knuckle. Gotta do some Knife X Pickle, dude. Let's see what we could do. Let's see what Inferkit could generate 889 characters. We have one last ship. Let's see what my thingies can do. Okay, I really just did something here. I said that every time, but I really did just do something here. Final time, Inferkit. Launch. Pickle and Knife were sitting together on the hotel's couch, an orange blanket draped over top of them. An empty bowl of popcorn had been placed on the floor, only now filled with kernels. The 2 men had been watching a movie together. Though the night was growing late, Pickle had turned to the clock beside him. It read 1:36 a.m. Pickle sighed and reached for the remote to turn the TV off, wanting to go to bed and finish the movie tomorrow. He was stopped, however, by Knife leaning on him. Pickle gasped, looking over to see that Knife had fallen asleep on him. Pickle smiled and gave Knife a kiss on his head. Mwah! Sound effects. You always act so tough, but you're really just a sweetheart, Pickle said softly, pulling in Knife to keep him warm. He quickly turned off the TV, turning it off and gently pushing it onto the end table. He pushed the TV onto the table? Sitting on the couch, Pickle and Knife continued to talk about stuff, even though Knife about his new job, and wasn't Knife asleep? Wasn't Knife asleep? He was asleep. I guess he's just awake now. And Pickle about his childhood. They had been friends since they were young, and they were close as brothers. They shared a special bond, not only with each other, but with each of their families. I wonder what their families look like. Like, who's Knife's mom? Like a box cutter? And like Pickle's like mom is like a cucumber. Who's I need the family tree here. Pickle and Knife were very blessed, being able to have two loving partners that cared for them deeply themselves. As the conversation continued, Pickle moved his hands slowly up and down his body while clenching his fist. See you, Pickle, you good? You good, bro? Knife didn't notice anything, however, because he was busy with his thoughts. He felt a hand on his thigh and looked down to see who it was. There curled up beside Pickle was his cane. Pickle, you're old as ass. So I'm out of characters. Boo! Anyway, so I guess that's the end of that story. That was turning into a direction I'm not sure where I wanted it to go. Anyways, that was it for Inferkit. I hope you guys did enjoy whatever the fuck this was. I don't know if this made out for an enjoyable video, but if you did like it, feel free to comment down below another object show for me to dabble in the world of ships, and maybe I'll do it with Inferkit. I'll put a link down in the description to Inferkit, so that way you guys can try it out for yourselves as well, if you would like. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. This is 𝓂𝓸𝓽𝓸𝓮𝓼 signing off. Ta-ta!